Afternoon, everyone. Hope you had a great Sunday and a great week. Start of a month, December, end of the year. As I mentioned last week, just be careful with this month, especially the first week. Bit volatile, as you can see what was happening in the market and all of this stuff. Even NFP was beautiful if you know how to trade it, but I really suggested not to trade NFP. Wait for this week, set the tone, and start looking for your trades for the upcoming week. I will start today with the indices. For the indices, we are, if you head from the weekly, we are retesting a breaker. On the monthly, the same thing. We are retesting an OB, which we are respecting. If you go to the 4 hour, we have a sell setup. Most likely we are in a downtrend. Can this be over? Yeah, why not? Are we gonna have a pull up? Yes, why not? Can we have a continuation? Let's find out. But I will not buy the bottom, as most of you know. I'll be looking for a sell continuation of the down move. Any break above this, then this will be confirmed, targeting these highs. So for the time being, I'm still looking for my sell continuation of the down move until this is broken. As I said, weekly, monthly, they've been respected, but not yet confirmed for the up move. US 30, same concept. We are respecting this one and we're respecting this one. On the higher time frames, same thing as the S&P. I'm looking for more sells until this setup breaks and close above it. On the retest of it, more than happy to take my buy. NAS, same thing. We'll be watching these areas. We'll be watching this area to take this and then drop from here. Continuation of the down move. Keep in mind, on monthly we retested the OB. How to confirm? I would love this to break above. We'll update on our midweek sessions for targeting these continuation of the up move. FTSE corrective. Let's see where we are on higher time frame. The monthly, we retested the structure here. Is it possible to have something like this? Yes, why not? 4 hour. Can this be complete? Most likely. Can this be just a structural wave for continuation? That's what I would be looking for. The question is, where? Is it gonna come all the way up here? 72. $72,500. Are we gonna do something like this? And then come down towards these liquidities that are down here? this double bottom right here, 68.30. That's what I'll be looking for. Move on to the DXY. Very corrective, very there was no momentum in last week, though some pairs were very volatile. Just the DXY, there was no momentum on it. If we look at higher time frame, see this was not complete. So is it possible to have something like this? Yes, it is possible. Am I interested to look for something like this? Let's look at price action on lower time frames. As long as we are respecting, come on, some kind of reason my batteries are depleting so quickly. Okay, so as long as we are respecting this candle, this is in play. We break above this, same thing like here. We break above this, continuation. You can see it right here, retest. That's a beautiful trade right there if you were watching just price action. Break above this, create an engulfing, retest, take it. But the thing is, you have to learn how to take profit, especially in this market, especially in December, or you will suffer. On the daily, on GU, watching this area for more continuation. Let it break above it. On the retest, break and close. You see, this is what I mean by break and close. These were just traps. Break and close, higher time frame. More than happy to retest and take it. For the upcoming week, watching these areas for continuation. EU, respecting this one, grab liquidity above it, looking for this, most likely continuation of the down move, or retest around here, come back up, consolidate in this area. So if you would love to trade EU, look for the range in between these two candles. Any break above or below, that would indicate more to come from that direction. USD CAD, beautiful trades I personally took. And that's my pair. Everyone knows that I trade on daily basis, looking for more up move towards these areas, unless something change and this closes underneath here. Would most likely look for a retest towards these areas. But for the time being, the price action that we have, looking for the following. Aussie, as we said, there's no bottom and there's no top. Just follow price action. Continuation, continuation, continuation. We're still in a downtrend. We're still in a downtrend. If we go higher time frame, most likely we will see the 0.65 area. Is it gonna respect these areas? There's no structure to it, but who knows? Maybe a grab of liquidity and a bounce and close this week around these areas with a wick. Let's see how it's gonna play out. Silver, watching the 19 area, so more down to come. We might have a rally or relief rally, as somebody of the guys would call it, towards 23.4. A rally, and then a sell. Gold, the same thing. I mentioned it in our midweek sessions. If I see gold all of a sudden goes towards these areas, I'll be for a long time, and I didn't do that, but I'll be looking for buy the dips. Even better around here. $15,600, $15,080. Hopefully we'll see that. For the time being, these ones. This one closed like that. We might have a retest of the structure, retest of the structure, retest of the structure, and see how it's gonna play out. Maybe we will have a consolidation around these areas, or any break. We'll trade to the upside. Most likely we have, there you go, a weekly 1820 for more down to come. So watch these areas, watch for confirmation before you jump into trades. There is nothing too late. If you have a concept, take it and execute it over and over until you master that. Platinum. Two-week. Still, this is looking more down to come, more shorts. As you can see, these were respected, this was respected. We're gonna have a retest of these two, retest of this, and coming back down, or retest, consolidate in this area, create another structure around here. For the time being, I have no trade. would be, no, I'm more interested in gold and silver. Oil bounced where expected, but the thing is there was no follow-up. There was no follow-up. It bounced out of this area, but there was no follow-up. I don't want to see a bounce. Yes, that would have been a nice trade out of this area. Beautiful trade. Take it. Take partials around these, because the market can come back down, and that's what it did. Now if we go lower time frames, this is valid and this is valid. Am I expecting a bounce above it? Most likely, but let's go lower time frames. You know, I'm a bit, will take a risk and will put my stop around these areas. I would go lower. 1 second, I'll confirm that. Okay, I would love this to see it doing like that here. On the 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 45 minutes, 30 minutes is better. I can give better example. I would love this to create some kind of orange or red candle here and break it. On the retest, more than happy to take it to the upside. My stop is not all the way down here. My stop would be just right here. A small position for a long term, for a swing. For a swing. Just because we retested this area, the 2-day, and we create an engulfing, a nice rejection from here. Came back down, retesting it. The thing is, I will never put my stop all the way down here, because if it is coming down, it will never bounce back. So why I need to take the full risk? I go that's as I did. I will go lower, confirm it on lower time frame, see a sell setup get broken with the nice engulfing, take it as I explained earlier, targeting this, most likely the 2-month up there, and maybe higher, who knows. The same thing, if it breaks, no, I'll stick with that. I will update that on Tuesday before Wednesday report. Cover these. Crypto, before I move to crypto, sorry about that. Tommy. Okay, you see, Tommy, this is a valid order block. Why it is a valid order block? You hear, right? Yes. You see the top has been taken out, created this beautiful engulfing, retested it, and we're heading down. So what I'll be looking for is some kind of structure. You know what, remove this from here. Some kind of structure, especially this weekly closed like that. So either we will continue or we'll have a retest of this coming down towards these areas, right? First, on the 2 week, this buy setup for continuation was violated, and we created a nice engulfing. If you're gonna ask me, okay, what if this is a nice engulfing too? It got respected but bounced out of it. Yes, that's true, but there was no buy setup violated around these areas. And even though if you took that, it gave you the trade. If you go lower time frame, right into these mitigation areas, the imbalancement right there. If you go lower time frame, see this liquidity grab that happened down here, that should have been part of your take profit. Same thing, this is a signal right there. You see, this is a sell setup and this is a buy setup, especially when you're seeing them on higher time frames. So when these, especially this one, closes underneath on the retest, we'll take it. Always try to focus on the higher time frame. If you go to the 2 week, that's a beautiful candle right there. These highs, you see the liquidity that's up there was taken, so that's a very strong candle for continuation like this. So I would personally be looking for, if I need to trade this, for more shorts with decent risk management. So instead of just waiting and just entering, pretty sure by now you must have a system that you know the ins and out of it with proper risk management. And you told me that you worked on your psychology. If you need any assistance from my end, more than happy to try to direct you in a better way how to approach that, especially the psychology part. So the system setup, I know you follow your own stuff during the sessions. Stick to that. If you're still trading that, stick to that, improve it, because you already know the timing of these sessions. It's very key. And try to focus on 1-2 pairs. Don't go all over the freaking place. Try to focus on 1-2 pairs, understand them properly, how they're moving between the sessions, which liquidity are they targeting for you to trade in between the sessions. I'm gonna make this before the beginning of next year to make short videos, 15 to 30 minutes, just targeting like these specific, the timing, the sessions, the OBs, order blocks, the imbalancement, the hallmark setup, how to measure them on the 5 minute for a decent entry. Just small videos. I'll post them so that whenever you need more, it's better, it's good to refresh your mind, to refresh what you're looking for, and get your eyes trained to see them. So I will post them. I will make sure that hopefully I'll finish them before the beginning of next year, hopefully. So see this one, if it comes back above here on, let's talking about this setup. I'm looking for more shorts, right? So if this comes back above this area and closes, I would go straight to the 45 minute. See, I would go straight to the 45 minutes. I'm targeting up there, and I'll be looking for see something like this. No, it will not show you. See this above there? Take this, paste it up there. I will take the trade towards the upside. Now you can see another example where you can reverse that for the buy, where you see it. We are you see this one right here at the bottom. Came down, retested it, never continued, bounced above it. What happened after? If you take just a straight line, that's what you will be targeting. That would be your entry, and your stop would be something around this engulfing. This is the momentum candle. It's not all the way down here. This is the momentum candle, so your stop is somewhere around these areas. That's your entry, that's your momentum, and you take it. Same example right here. Momentum candle, came back up, you take it. It didn't follow, but that's a nice trade right there. Not all of them would follow, but if you repeat the same concept over and over, look at that. It broke this, see it? It broke it, came down, retest, you take it. Your stop is down here. You took this one, it broke, you take the buy. Dance with the market. Don't get attached to one side. Hopefully that was helpful, man. I'm here, Tommy. Whatever you need, man. Just hit me up. We'll take it base by base back again. Try to explain it easier. Let's go to the crypto side. Crypto, if you go to the weekly, we respected the bounce from here on the weekly and the 2 week. We respected this one on ETH. We respected the same thing. Beautiful bounce on ETH. Cleared enough liquidity for this. Enough liquidity, enough orders. Market makers, they're back with their orders for this to go all the way back up. Everyone is scared, everyone is selling, everyone taking out their positions, hoping that bit of relief for them to close. That's my view on the market, especially on these pairs and ETH. Now any break below this will take us to 35 area. For the time being, especially if this gets above here, I'll look for this. Beautiful trade on Friday. We took our live. Try, guys, to join the lives on Fridays. That's the second week we do lives. And beautiful trade. The market is really moving on Fridays. Sometimes I just feel like posting my chart, and like I took UCAD and I took BTC. We were right there, and all of this shenanigans or whatever, it happened right there in front of us, and we decided to take the trades. Like Friday trade on, we took it on the 10-minute. Where was it? It was here. Was it here even? Where was it? It was this one, right? 312, yeah. Look at this trade. Liquidity. Look at this massive liquidity up there. Came up on the news. Did we choose the top? We did not choose the top. And now actually Danny asked me if we can, we were right here. If it is, I told him, yeah, that's called an aggressive entry. This can continue like this. But what I will wait for this to come back inside here, especially on the 1 hour, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it, where is it? There you go. The 1 hour. Especially on the 1 hour, I will wait for it to come back inside. And there was a follow-up news around 10. This was at 8:30. There was a follow-up news around 10, right there, in continuation. Retest of this candle that grab liquidity above, and take your short. Same thing for ETH. My target was not all the way down there, because I do not hold over the weekend, but very simply you could have. My target was the weekly BB right there. Same concept, different chart, different time frame, but the same concept. Same thing for UCAD. I took the short.
Well,
Yes, sir.
I have a question when you're done about how it took the liquidity.
On BTC?
Yeah, one can say it took the liquidity and there is a pullback and it might continue up. So one can answer a long, right? Is it
What? Repeat that, please.
I said after it took the liquidity, it was a pullback, and someone can say it can continue up, which he could take a long.
I would have taken a long. You see the 1 hour? I would have taken a long if this candle closed above this one. If this candle that grabbed the liquidity closed above this, I would have most likely taken a long. My stop would have been here.
So it's all about the close then, right?
Of course,
Yeah.
it's all about the close of the candle. You have to wait
Thank
for
you.
the candle to close. You have to be patient. You don't have to FOMO. Wait for it. Then we waited for the setup. It closed under. We waited for the setup. It closed right at the same time. And that was your entry. UCAD, the same thing. Took this short and took this long. This short towards the 2 hour. And went to the 2 minute. And took my long. Isn't this the same time like the other one? That was my long. Induce sellers, let them start shortening. Whoever bought, breaking this, whoever bought above here for continuation got stopped out below these areas, taking out the liquidity into structure on the 2 hour, taking out the liquidity into structure, and heading back up. See, this is a valid buy right here. That should answer your question, Adam. This is a valid buy right here. Why? Because it closed above this. My partial, my first take profit was here. Why? Because this is a valid sell for continuation. You see how you have to understand the market. You have to not understand. That's a wrong word to use. You have to let the market show you what it is doing, and pay yourself. When you start paying, imagine I took my short, beautiful short, and I did not take partial or close here. What's the feeling of it coming back towards my entry and hitting my stop loss? What's gonna happen to my psychology? Imagine the pain that you will go through. So same thing here. Imagine I took a long, which is a beautiful entry. And it bounced up here. I did not pay myself and it came back on me. What will happen to your psychology?
Bad mood.
Oh yeah. You're making decent money, then it came back on you. Same thing here. You were making decent money, it came back on you. Always put a target, a small target. Make sure that pair, either way it needs to go, it will fill your target. Pay yourself and set your stop loss and leave it. Let it play out. It plays out. There you go. It does not play out. You can start reversing your position. Don't get attached to one side. Always do your analysis on higher time frame. Always on higher time frame. What? Just looking at the higher time frame on this one, what do you see? Any way you take it, any way you like to analyze the chart, whatever. What do you see here? Let's take it Elliot wave. This is not an ABC right here? That's one. Let's take it price action. This is not a momentum candle. Retest of the momentum candle, popping up, closing above this monthly. This is not showing up there. Second, this is not a key area. Breaking underneath it, inducing sellers, fake out, and take it all the way up. For swing traders. What else you want to approach it through? Let me see, does this combine something that I'm familiar with? There you go. That's a bounce, decent bounce. At least come back, retest the break that happened out here. The break at the 3 months. The break at the 3 months. That was a break. Retest and continuation. So at least you will have the retest. What do we have on the 3 months? This one grabbed liquidity. Retest of the structure. See how many different ways I approached it, and all of them they're pointing towards these areas. And how are you gonna build these views? It's by experience, it's by watching the charts, building them, understanding these concepts, trying to go deeper into them, trading them, learning from the mistakes, timing. Timing them, sessions. I can go through this chart on specific details on daily basis on every session, how the chart does not move before it hits the lows of the session, then it goes back up, then it hits the lows, the highs of the session, then it reverses, goes down to where the buyers spot, then same thing, goes back down to where it goes back up to where the sellers sold on that session. It moves, grabbed by liquidity, right here. I explained it last week. Induced sellers came back down, stopped them out. Induced buyers came back down 1 time, 2 time, came back down, grabbed them, then came back up, retested. This candle was this bounce. This candle on the 4 hour that grabbed the liquidity of the sellers were induced before moving back up. It's all about the liquidity. Let me continue. Now, hopefully that was helpful, guys. That was a nice bounce on ETH around 2 week order breaker, and the weekly order block around these areas 34.14. What are we looking for? We're back inside the box, induction, back inside the box. Are we looking for continuation? Most likely. If we have a sell-off from here on the retest of this, there will always be a retest. Take your short and pay yourself below this wick. Don't be scared that you missed the top. On the contrary, this is on the break. Take your short. For time being, this is a valid bounce to the upside. And that's all what I can say. XRP right into our target on the weekly. Bounced off it on the 2 week. Bounced off that. Does it mean it has to bounce and continue going up? Let the move start. Let the move start and take it. If it comes down here, yes, why not? Your stop is here. Your stop not all the way down there. If it breaks under, you can sell it. And stop is above here. Don't just put your bias and then just go in and that's what I'm trading long, this, that. No, be flexible, move around with the price. You're here to make money. Bang those pips, bang those dollars. Trade the setup, do not trade the chart. There's a setup, take it. There's no setup, do not take it. Setup does not mean an ABC, and that's not a setup, guys. A setup for you to trade. Because if you're thinking only through ABC corrections and momentums and what's the other word? Impulses, 3 wave, 5 waves. Okay, this can very simply do something like this. And continue back up, then correct, then continue back up. This whole thing is just a correction. But you can trade that through a setup. Analysis is just a view, but doesn't mean that you can consistently make money out of it. You will not consistently make money out of it if you are basing your analysis and trading just your analysis as they are. You must have, through your analysis, the setup that you are supposed to be trading. Dot, it looks towards the 21.19 areas, below these liquidities that are down there. Now if it comes above this, I will take a long, first take profit here and let it run. But for the time being, it's looking more towards these areas. Hopefully that was helpful. Keep in mind, trade safe, guys. And Mr. Dave, how are you?